Hi guys, so this is a tutorial inspired by a lot of things. This number one is inspired by Kat Von D's perfume Sinner, which this is the roller ball with the two perfumes that came with the Tattoo Chronicles. And I love this perfume. Like, I love this perfume. It's very musky, it's kind of warm, total opposite of Saint. It's warmer, it's a little bit cozier, it's a lot sweeter. Saint is very clean. It's on my finger. I can definitely smell a little bit more vanilla in Saint, but there's definitely a lot of vanilla in Sinner. It's just, oh my god. It smells so good. If you're at Sephora, you need to smell this because it smells amazing. And I took not only inspiration from the scent and how it's kind of a darker scent and kind of a muskier scent, I also took inspiration from the bottle. I think that the color between the black and the red is kind of shown here. And I'm giving you three different ways actually to do a black smoky eye. So I hope you guys enjoy those three. And then also this is inspired by my cousin who bought me this. She's my cousin and she's my godmother. And she always wears red lipstick. She's just always worn red lipstick as long as I've known her. And she is like so badass. And this tutorial is so inspired by like the concept that I'm hoping I made up of like badass glam, where it's like, you know, really glamorous, really beautiful, but really like punk rock and really badass. I just like that with this look. It's very kind of gunmetal. It's really, really pretty. And so it's drawn inspiration from her with the badass glam. It's drawn inspiration from Kat Von D with the badass glam. So I combined those two. I combined red lipstick and I combined Sinner perfume and came up with this look. Yeah, so I hope you guys like this. Not only is Saint coming up, I'm going to do a Saint one. I don't really adore this perfume. I like it, but I don't adore it. And so Saint's going to be coming up soon, and then I'm going to do 2 more contrast tutorials of Wizard of Oz. So it's going to be the Wicked Witch of the West and Glinda the Good Witch, and that's also inspired by something that I have. So I'm going to have those 2 looks and these 2 looks, so I'm going to have a lot of tutorials coming up. So here's the tutorial. I hope you all enjoy it. I love you. Goodbye. Oh, I'm so stupid. So I'm going to start off with the Kat Von D High Voltage Eye Primer Base in Smoky, which is a great color. It's a matte gray color, so I got freaked out. I'm putting a little bit on my crease. I'm going to drag a little bit up. I mean on my crease. On my lid. And I'm going to drag a little bit up into my crease. And I'm just going to blend it out with my finger. Simple, simple. If you have, you know, like dry lids, or if you wear eyeshadow every day and you never wear a primer and your eyeshadow looks great, you don't have to bother with primer. So remember that. Now, on the Lancome brush, which you can tell it's pretty dark, I'm going to use a matte black, and I'm using one from the Coastal Scents palette, and it's just literally matte black. Simple. Really, really simple. You can use any matte black you have. Carbon from MAC would work wonders. And I'm just packing that onto the lid. Now, this may seem kind of like scary to people, like, why are you, just wearing black eyeshadow? I wouldn't, well, I might wear this out in public. I don't know. I'm going out tonight. I might wear this. I don't know yet. With that same brush, though, I'm going to drag that right under the eye. Under the lower lashes. All the way in. And then I'm going to start flicking up into the crease. So, like that. So, the concept of such a dark look, might freak some people out, might, you know, make you a little bit nervous, but I think that when you're looking at this, this really shows how makeup is an art. It's not necessarily like, okay, well, you can't do that. Why can't I wear black eyeshadow? You know? That's just my 2 cents, though. So, and I'm just blending this like that. Now I'm going to take the Sigma E25, sorry, blacked out. And I'm going to hold it way down here. And I'm just going to swirl. And I'm going to let it blend the color itself. Not me controlling the brush just blending the color. And that gives a really cool effect. That gives the smoky smokiness. So, taking it out. I really like this look. See? So, that's the main basis of color. Now I'm going to take a matte light gray. I'm just using this, the Coastal Scents palette again. And I'm using that color, which is a matte gray. It's really, really light. And this is just going to help with the gradient from, wrong side, from the darkness up to the brow highlight. So, yeah, I'm making sure I'm doing the right side. Just like that. I'm just blending it and really smoking it out. So, I'm going to take a black pencil liner. Can't talk. I do want to shade in here, though. What's kind of like, what you kind of need to know is that with dark colors like this, it shows flaws. So if you're not wearing a primer, if you don't have to wear a primer, obviously you won't experience this. But if you like primer and you have oily lids or your eyeshadow creases easily, it's going to be really apparent that your eyeshadow creased because you have such dark color on. Just to throw that out there. So I'm lining my waterline. And then I'm going to take this underneath and on top a little bit. Tight lining, sorry. I make the stupidest faces when I put on eyeliner. Just dragging this a little bit under here. La -da -da. And I'm going to get it really close to the lash line. At the top. So, this is option 1. This is like a matte black smoky eye. It's, there's not shimmer, there's not really any other color than black, in that gradient between black and gray. Now, the difference between this eye and this eye, obviously, is that this eye is up the amp a little bit more. So, this is option A. I think this is beautiful. I think it's, beautiful. I think it's kind of subtle. And it's, enough that, you know, obviously, you have a smoky eye on. Now, I'm going to show you how to get it just a little bit bigger and badder. So, I'm going to take a shimmery black color now. I'm going to use Monastery from the Kat Von D Tattoo palette. And it's this one. I really don't want to swatch it because it gets everywhere, but it has blue glitter in it. Blue and silver. I'm going to apply this right over the black. And it makes it so much darker. And you can flick this up into the crease a little bit, but don't blend it into the crease. That's not what you want. And I'm going to take it out just like that. And I go right underneath again. So it's a new sheen to the eyelid. It's a little bit hard to see right now, but it's there. You know. Now, on a random brush, I'm going to take Peanut. which is my favorite shimmery highlighting color. I usually highlight with matte, but with this look, I'm going shimmery. And right under the brow bone, I'm going to load it up on there. And then I'm going to put it in the inner corner, bring it up, because I like that line it gives of kind of like sheen right there. It's easier to see on this side because there's more lighting. I lied. There's less lighting on this side. I don't know why it's easier to see. So, just like that. And then you can apply mascara. Be done. It's not very high though. I want this a little bit higher. Make sure there's much better. So you can leave this. You can curl your lashes, apply mascara, put on false lashes, whatever you want to do. But as you guys know me, I like things a little bit. I'm gonna do something a little bit funner, more fun. A little bit more fun. Yeah, I like that. And I'm gonna put a little flash of color on the inner corner and the inner part of the lower lash line. And to do that, I'm going to use this color right here called Lemmy, which is yellow. Now, you can use something like this, which is Heart Killer. It's pink. Solitude is purple. Redemption is blue. Like, you could use colors like that. But I think I'm going to use the yellow because I think it's going to be a really cool transition color. Because, I don't know, I just wouldn't expect black and yellow. So, might come off a little bit Bumblebee-ish, but it's not that noticeable. But I think it gives a cool little pop. Oh, color. Yeah, I like that. That looks really pretty. I'm going to pull it a little bit more onto the lid. Yeah, I like that. That looks really pretty. So that is done. There's just that pop of yellow to help out with the smokiness. Not help out with the smokiness, but you know what I mean. And actually, this side is bothering me a lot. The way it's not really. It's really kind of perfect, so I want that kind of fix that, smoke that out a little bit more. So that is this. The lighting's really bad. So for my blush, I use NYX Mosaic Powder in Paradise. It has a little bit of a red tone to help with the redness that I want in the blush. I wanted redness in the blush to contrast with the blue tone in the black. If that makes sense. And you see the sheen on top over here is Baudelaire. I'm assuming that's how you say it. Baudelaire, whatever. This silver eyeshadow. Just to give kind of an unnatural tone to that. On my lips, I'm using Midnight Red by Maybelline, which is this really pretty dark red. And then I blot it a couple times because I want it kind of matte. I like matte red lips. So my cousin always wears matte red lipstick. So thank you all. Saint tutorial is coming up soon. It's going to be a lot more natural than this. A lot more, my lips look cool, sorry. A lot more every day. So there's black on my face right here. So love you all. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye-bye.